Hey YouTube, it's Kelly K, and I am on my daily walk. So please forgive me if you hear cars in the background, or birds, or dogs, or anything that may be outside that I'll run across. But I am continuing my creative ways to flex on your haters series. And today I have 3 new ways you can creatively flex on your haters. The first way you can creatively flex on your haters is to prefer your own body type. Yes, that's right. Prefer the body that God gave you over anybody else's. Okay, like me, for example. I am very petite. Okay, I am petite and I have cleavage. Okay, that's just what I was born with. And I used to want to be not petite. I used to want to be the opposite, but I realized that actually it's a creative flex to actually enjoy being petite. Because do you know how many people want to be petite? You know how many people would prefer to be petite? So it's like you have to look at your blessings and realize when you have them. Your body is like a canvas, just like your face is when you do makeup. Your body is the same way. A creative person knows how to work around flaws and to make them a part of their beauty and to highlight them or to hide them. Who has my body type? The first person I think of, you can look at my videos. I literally have like 10 videos of me showing myself. It's not a full body, but I guess the first person I think of is India Love, kind of. I know she has a BBL now, but you know what I mean? Like, she's petite, I don't know how tall she is, but she's definitely not tall. Like me, I'm not tall. We're around the same height. She doesn't have much to her, and then she has, the well-endowedness. Make your body type the standard. That is a creative flex. Dress yourself in clothes that are so cute and put jewels in your body and do whatever you need to do so people look at your body, even if it's not conventionally attractive or even if it's not the status quo right now. Make it so that when people look at you, they're like, wow, I wish I had her body type. Another creative flex is to smell really good. Why? Because, okay, just imagine you're arguing with your hater, or your hater is like, poking your buttons or whatever, but every time you're near them, it smells like fresh linen and flowers and milk and honey. How mad can they really get? Like, every time they think about you, they're gonna think about how great you smell subconsciously, because it's against psychology to be super angry around people or around things and environments that smell nice, that smell good. That's why aromatherapy is a thing, because aromatherapy, it proves that smells affects your psychology. They're gonna be really upset at that every time they're near you, they're like, oh my God, she smells like lavender. Why am I at peace right now? Like, I want to hate her so bad, but she smells like lavender and she smells like all of these oils. She smells like she concocted her own fragrance. Like, what is that smell? Oh, I hate her for it. Smelling good is definitely a creative flex. There are 2 people in my life that I no longer talk to, not because of anything. We were never friends, but we used to work together. But both of them smelled so good. And by the way, I'm on a busy street now, so I hope the cars aren't too loud. So there are 2 coworkers that I had that I remember years later. I just remember how they smelled. Like, I don't remember what they said to me. I don't remember any of that. But all I know is they smelled so good all the time. And one of them, he was a guy who worked at the movie theater with me when I was in high school. So I used to work at the movies. It was a really fun job. Working at the movies is a really fun job as a teenager, because you get to see the movies for free. And when you work on Friday and Saturday nights, sometimes you see the folks from your high school come in, so you don't really feel like you're missing out on, like socializing and things. But anyway, there's this guy who worked with me. I was 16 and he had to be like 23, and he wasn't very attractive, at least to me. He wasn't very attractive, but he smelled so good. He just always smelled fresh and clean. And you know how easy it is to not smell good when you work at the movies? Because you're popping popcorn all day and you're cleaning bathrooms, you're cleaning theaters, you're making nachos and pretzels, you're doing like a lot of things that don't smell good. So it's really easy for that scent to stick to your shirts, to stick to your uniform shirts. So I don't know how he did it, but his shirts never smelled like movie theater. Like, he always smelled so good. And because he smells so good, I can't imagine anybody hating on him. It's like, how can you hate on him? He brings peace to the room because of how he smells. I was so happy to work with him because he put me in a good mood. So because he smells so good, I can't imagine someone honestly hating him. It just doesn't make sense to hate somebody who smells good. So that's just my opinion. So I think that's a creative flex to smell really good. Another person that I worked with was a woman. I was an office assistant when I was an undergrad, and she was my supervisor. Every time she walked in my office, the whole room would just smell divine. I asked her one time, what perfume she was. I'm like, what do you wear? And she told me it was called like Cleopatra or something. And I looked it up, and I think I saw it on Amazon. And I think a few years ago when she told me, I think I bought it to try it out, but it wasn't the same. So I don't know if it was like a different Cleopatra brand. So I think that's one way to creatively flex on your haters, because like I said, how the heck can you really hate somebody who smells good all the time? And even when your hater gossips about you and stuff, they're less likely to believe your hater if you're the person who always smells good. Yeah, so, don't walk around smelling bad. Instead, creatively flex and smell really good. I have experimented with dozens and dozens of perfumes at this point. And I spent as little as $15 and as much as $120 on perfumes. And I have not found a perfume that I love yet. I just haven't found it. I've tried oud before. So oud is an Egyptian oil, and it's scented. So I've tried oud. Everything that I've tried so far, the smell just goes away after a few hours. So I'm still looking for the perfect concoction of smell goods for my body, so I can creatively flex on my haters. Another way to creatively flex on your haters is to buy yourself flowers. And I started doing that when I was in my master's program. There was a flower shop by my school, and I used to watch the flower shop, and I would buy myself roses. I felt like the main character when I walked back home and I had these flowers, these roses in my bag, and they were like kind of like peeking out of my bag. It was giving very Parisian energy, very main character energies. Buying yourself flowers is a way of showing the world at large that you love yourself. You are worthy of buying yourself flowers. I don't believe in waiting on someone to buy you flowers. I think that is a huge cultural misconception, that you should wait on someone else to buy you flowers for special events like Mother's Day and Valentine's Day and birthdays. No, I think you should have flowers around you at all times. At least for me, I always felt so great when I would come home after a long day of schoolwork and studying. I came home to my beautiful roses, to my flowers that I bought myself. It was a really good investment to buy roses, even though they didn't last that long, because it made me feel so good inside. And how that is a creative flex to your haters is because, number one, first of all, everything that I say in this entire creative ways to flex on your haters series, everything that I say is really for you. Like I said before in the last few videos, the flex is a byproduct. The haters hating even further and being even more enraged by your creativity, that's a byproduct. The main thing, what's most important, is that you're bettering yourself and that you're happy. Buying yourself flowers is more so for your self-love and for your mental health. It's more so for that than for the flexing on your haters part. But if you want that extra pizzazz of flexing on your haters, then you can post the flowers that you buy for yourself every week or every 2 weeks or whatever on Instagram. They will see how much you love yourself and how high of a regard you hold yourself. Because a woman with low self-esteem, a woman who hates herself, she would not think to buy herself flowers, to walk to the flower shop and to buy herself flowers. It just doesn't align. So the fact that you love yourself out loud is going to make your haters enraged. So it's an awesome way to creatively flex on your haters. Also, a great place to buy flowers is Trader Joe's. I didn't discover Trader Joe's until after my master's program when I moved to a different city. Now, instead of going to the independently owned flower shops, I just go to Trader Joe's because they have really good seasonal flowers and they're really cheap and affordable. So go ahead, girl, get yourself some flowers. And also, the cool thing about flowers is that there's actually a lot of cool art projects that you can do using real flowers. I've actually made flower headbands from flowers. I've made collages from flower petals. Some flowers you can use for tea. So there's a lot of creative things that you can do with flowers as well. So that's the end of my video. I hope the background noise wasn't too distracting. But like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time.